Hey there, so I just finished watching FilmGameJunkies, basically his 5 movies that he liked as a child, and then I watched Falgar's response. So, really cool, and really great question, as usual, Chris. So here we go. My 5 favorite films as a child. What I did with this, just so you know, is I wanted to pick stuff that I was before I reached 13. So before teen movies. Some went on into my teens that I kept watching and stuff. But 4 of which I have, and 1 of which I unfortunately don't. But I'll get down the road. So, I'm just going to do this in particular order, so, okay, I will. I'll do the order one this time. So number 5 is actually, some people find it so silly, but I like the movie. It's the Mad Monster Party. It's like a Rankin Bass special. It's an actual full-length movie, unlike some of their specials where it's, half hour to an hour long. This one ran about, it's a 2-hour special, and it's got a great cast. It's got Frankenstein, Dracula, the werewolf, the creature, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Mummy, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phil Stiller. Boris Karloff is one of the voices in this one here, and I just really love this growing up. When it came on TV, I would watch it, I would look for it, and I tried to pretty much tape it off so that I could rewatch it, and then I ended up losing that tape. And actually, not too long ago, my dad came in town, and he had it for me. He wondered if it was one that I would enjoy, and little did he know, I so love this. So, highly recommend it. It's got some great stuff on it too, some features on the DVD, and I'm not sure if this is it on Blu-ray or not yet, but I would love to get it on Blu-ray down the road if it is. But this is a great addition. But number 5, Mad Monster Party. Number 4, and it's not really a cheat because it's 2 movies, but it was actually one big movie that was made into 2 movies. And it's going to seem silly to a lot of people, but I was a big fan of swashbucklers and Earl Flynn and stuff like that. And no, this is not one of his movies. Though, if I wasn't too lazy to go get it right now, Cat in Blood would be up there on the list as well, because I watched that movie I don't know how many times. But the 3 Musketeers and the 4 Musketeers, done by Richard Lester, I think. It was Richard Lester. Yeah, Richard Lester did these 2 back in the day, and I was so stoked when I was able to pick up this 2-disc set for $2 actually, and just 2 great fun films. Got Oliver Reed in this, Richard Chamberlain, Geraldine Chaplin, and Faye Dunaway, Charlton Heston. I think Christopher Lee's in this as well. It's been a long time since I've seen. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but I really love this one here. And I used to watch these a lot. I love Alexander Dumas, and when I was a kid, I would read the Count of Monte Cristo so often. It was really cool. So, 3 and 4 Musketeers. Number 4. Number 3 is one that would come on TV a bit. And where I'm from, in Canada, CBC would show this one a lot, and I love this movie. It is by one of my favorite directors from back in the day, and he directed my favorite horror movie, actually. And you notice that I didn't put any big horror on the list, because I wanted to do that almost as a separate list of the horror movies that defined my childhood or something like that. So I basically went for movies that were more, that I did watch as a kid that weren't horror-centric. And this is probably about as close as it gets to being horror-centric. And that's Murder by Decree. Christopher Plummer plays Sherlock Holmes. Of course, we have James Mason's Dr. Watson. Donald Sutherland is in this movie as well. Sherlock Holmes is going after Jack the Ripper. Why the hell didn't somebody think of this before? Movie, this is so good. David Hemmings is in this, by the way, who you'll all know from Deep Red. Yeah, first name and tongue. Sir John Gielgud. This is such a great cast. Susan Clark, Anthony Quayle, Frank Finlay, Genevieve Bujold. This is an incredible film. If you haven't seen Murder by Decree, it's really, really worth watching. This is one of the ones that you watched as a kid and you don't know it's going to stand the test of time, and it really stands the test of time. Honorable mention, A Christmas Story. Love that movie. Next up was one that I saw on my birthday. It was actually my mom got it for me on my birthday, and it was on a picture disc. Back in the day, yeah, picture discs. And it was a original Clash of the Titans, not the crappy remakes. Harry Hamlin, Burgess Meredith, Maggie Smith, Ursula Andress, beautiful. Claire Bloom, Laurence Olivier. A Harryhausen classic. I had seen Harryhausen before this, but I don't think I just really put it all together until I saw this movie, and I truly got to fall in love with the Harryhausen stuff, and it made me really notice the effects, notice what was being done, and this is a really great Blu-ray edition, by the way, guys. It is a beautiful digital Blu-ray edition, and I bought this for $1 when they were closing out of Blockbuster. So any Blockbusters closing out, GG about you. Stuff like this, $1. Seriously. This was unopened, by the way. This is not was previously reviewed, and I've watched this once since I got it. But I really got to go back and watch it again. That's number 2. And number 1 I don't have. Number 1 will surprise you a lot, because it came out just under the radar, but it was probably my most watched non-horror movie. Grease 2. Seriously. And yes, I liked it more than Grease, and I still like it more than Grease. I love the music for Grease 2. Michelle Pfeiffer is gorgeous. I could relate so much to Maxwell Caulfield's character, and that spoke to me. Grease 2 spoke to me. I mean, I could do a list of like 6 or 10 here, and you know me, I go off a list of 10 or 11, but I'm trying to be faithful to your question. Grease 2 is one of those movies that just got me right from the start. I love the music. I love the way that it's done. I love that it takes the sexism of Grease and turns it on its head. You know, it's the guy that's got to change this time. The pink ladies are more in control of who they are. There's lots of cheesiness in it. Motorcycle heaven, come on. It's just so fun. And songs like Reproduction, Let's Do It For Our Country, Let's Bowl, and of course, Cool Rider. Who can forget Cool Rider? Impossible to listen to the song and not want to sing along to Cool Rider. And any of it, I mean, such great classic stuff. Not the list that I'm guessing a lot of people would think I would put on it. They're assuming I'd put a lot of horror, like the Friday 13th, the Evil Dead, stuff like that. And you know, yeah, more than anything else, I probably watched horror as a kid. Horror and science fiction. But there's one more movie. Yeah, I know, it's 6, right? But I couldn't put this one in the top 5 because honestly, it just deserves a spot above the top 5. And it's the movie that affected me a lot. Star Wars. I saw Star Wars in the theater when it opened in Ontario. And I went back and saw it a couple more times. My first action figure was the Star Wars action figure. And even back then, I was really into older movies. So I got the references to some of the older movies that a lot of kids probably wouldn't get, because I was just that geeky. I was a big fan of serials, and Star Wars gave me that kind of feel. Indiana Jones would also. Not in time, sorry about that. But Star Wars definitely gets an honorable spot up there. And maybe next time we can do a horror movies that affected us as a child. That our whole totally lost my train of thought. Beyond, totally did. Yeah, horror movies that helped mold us as a child. Ones we watched over and over again. Stuff we got under the sheets and just hit our eyes and listened to more than watched. Well, that's not a bad idea. Could be an upcoming video. Thanks a lot. If you guys have not seen Chris's Film Game Junkies channel, it is incredible. Check it out. It has great top 5s on there. Falligar did a video response. Another great channel. And I got to give a shout out right now. The Underground Vault does a lot of cool stuff on music and that. It's got a contest going on right now. I haven't had the chance to do a contest entry yet myself, but I highly recommend you go over, check out his channel, enter the contest, subscribe. Really cool stuff. Again, guys, thanks so much for doing this one, because awesomeness. I plan to not do another one tonight, but you got me. You sucked me back in. And the 5, again, are Mad Monster Party, 3 Musketeers, 4 Musketeers, with honorable mention to Captain Blood, Murder by Decree, Clash of the Titans, top one is Grease 2, and the honorable above them all for all of my generation, Star Wars. Thanks a lot for watching, and before I get some sleep, I gotta get one more thing. Yep, you know what it is. It's time for tea.